All right, so Adobe Stock is now accepting PNG images with transparent backgrounds. This is a big thing for us stock creators because it's just one more um, way of, increasing the amount of content that we have and therefore increasing the amount of sales that we have. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I would go about, creating images with a transparent background. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. All right, so I have this photo that I took a while ago, and it's a JPEG image. So there's some artifact and then noise going on, but this should illustrate what we're trying to do. So I'm gonna open this up in Photoshop and remove the background. All right, so there's a couple different ways you can go about doing this. You can use let's see, where's that quick selection? You can use the quick selection tool and, do a quick select. And let's see. And for the most part, that does a pretty good job. And let's go to select and mask. And let's see, we can, really refine. Let's remove that, pressing the Alt. And when you're photographing to remove the background or create these transparent PNGs, this isn't a time to go for, a bocalicious background, blurred out background. You want to get as much of the object in focus as possible. So you want to shoot at a very, small aperture, 5.6 or above. All right, so once you have it, in a state where you like it, you're gonna come down and you're gonna come down to this output section and you're gonna say output with new layer with layer mask. And we're gonna press OK. And there we have it. You can see though that there's a lot of, there's some black areas around it, and that's some of the background there. Let's see. So if we put that on white, there's one way we can try and get rid of those black outlines, and we're gonna select the mask layer, and let's see, we're gonna select the brush tool. We're gonna reduce the size. We're gonna put it on soft light, and we want black, and we're just gonna just click around. And yeah, it's not best. I don't really like it. So let's see. Can we feather the mask a little? Because it looks all pixelated on the edges. Yep, so just double click it and go to feather. Alright, that looks a little better. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And the resolution of the image matters. This is a very low resolution image. I'm not going to submit this to Adobe Stock or anything. This is just for demonstration purposes. So once we have it and the background is removed, we do want to crop it down to reduce all of this negative space. It's not necessary. So let's see the crop tool here. And we just zoom in, or bring the edges in. We really want to just isolate it to the subject and nothing more. And once we have that, we're just gonna, go to save, export. You can go to the export as dialog, and we're gonna say PNG with transparency. And let's export that. Export. We'll do the desktop, save. And if we go over to the desktop, we can see our transparent image here. And on the Mac system, it doesn't like transparent backgrounds, so it's gonna put in a background for you, but rest assured this is transparent. If we were to open it in Photoshop again, let's see, open with Photoshop, you can see the background is transparent. So that's one way of doing it, right? But if you know how to use the pen tool, and I know a lot of people are afraid of the pen tool, but you can really get good selections using the pen tool, and a very clean selection, cleaner than you can with the quick selection method that we just did. So I'm going to use the pen tool to remove this flower from the background. And I'm gonna speed through this because it can take a little bit of time. So first, you want to zoom in, and okay, let's select the pen tool, P for the pen tool. All right, so I'm just gonna go around, making a clean select as I can, and notice that I'm staying within the bounds of the subject because I don't want to introduce all of those black edges that I did before using the select and mask option. Alright, so like I said, I won't bore you guys with this. I'm just going to speed through this selection real quick. Alright, so now that we have our selection, this is not the best selection in the world, but it demonstrates what I'm trying to show here. So we have a couple options that we can do. Let's see, first we can create what's called a vector mask. So while we're still on the pen tool, we would right click and then create vector mask. And that's not showing it, but if I hide this layer here, you can see that we have a a transparent background. And the beauty about vector mask is that you can go back in and you can edit all of these points. So if you didn't like the placement, let's say you didn't like the placement of that one, you can adjust it as you would, and you can save this document as a Photoshop document, and then you can come back at any time and play around with all the aspects of it. So I can really go in and refine my selection now that it's a vector mask. So we would employ the same tactic. We would go to Let's see, file. And for now, we can just do the quick export as PNG. We'll do the desktop. Nope, we don't want to replace it, so we'll say, let's see, pen tool. And if we go to the desktop, let's see, should be one there called pen tool, and sure enough, there it is. And you can see how clean the edges are versus if we look at this one, it's a little bit more blurred out. And you can achieve some of that look with using the pen tool as well. So the next option is we can, let's see, get off of that, create a copy of it. Let's undo the creation of that vector mask. And we're gonna right click and we're gonna say make selection, and we're gonna feather it by 1 pixel. And once we have that, we can just create a mask, and there it is. There's our transparent background. If we were to put a solid color behind it, you can see, yeah. And there's no dark edges, so this works on any colored background. I really like this method more than the select and mask method. I think this is a much cleaner way of doing it. So, and this is what the buyers are looking for. Something that they can easily use to put on whatever content they're creating. They can move it around, they can copy it, they can, and they can create whatever they want without spending a bunch of time trying to achieve what we just did. They can just buy it outright, and within seconds they can have their creations made. Yeah, so that's how I would do that. And once you did that method, you would just save it as a PNG and you're all good. You would upload it to Adobe Stock and start earning. I'm definitely going to take advantage of this new transparent background thing on Adobe Stock. This is a rare instance in stock photography when we are introduced with something new that we can really, push content into while the market isn't saturated. There isn't a lot of transparent backgrounds, transparent PNGs on Adobe Stock yet. So, take advantage of it and start pushing out content like crazy. Yeah. So that's pretty much it, guys. So, if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more of content surrounding this transparent background stuff because, yeah, like I said, I really want to take advantage. If you like this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you don't miss a video. And yeah, until next time, have a good one.